So this lesson, I'm hoping, is going to help you create some type of, not shortcut, but maybe help you kill many birds with one stone, right? We wake up each day, there's a lot to think about, right? I'm going to spend 5 minutes working on ear training, or 5 minutes to work on modes, 5 minutes to work on the pentatonic scale and stuff and so on, right? There's a lot to take on, right? What I'm going to show you is going to help you kill many birds with one stone. And I can promise you, if you adapt this into your playing on a daily basis within a short period of time, many doors are going to open up. Many, many doors. You're going to sit down with a guitar solo from David Gilmour or Jimi Hendrix or Slash or Angus Young, and just using what I'm going to show you, right? You'll be able to look at their guitar solos and think, right, I know what this person's doing. And not only that, I've already done it because I practice it on a daily basis, right? So here's what you need to do, right? You're going to think of triangles, right? And here's the first one. This is the first triangle, okay? But when you play them, you want to know not necessarily what the notes are, but what the intervals are. And I'm going to show you what I mean, right? So the first triangle is this, right? Which, if you think about it, it's not really a triangle, but we'll get to that, right? So we're going to start on E, right? So let's drone the E note. That's an E, right? I'm going to play the root note on the 7th fret here. Let's play that triangle, okay? That's the root note there, okay? You're thinking of triangles, okay? Brilliant. Now let's find the next E, okay? Well, let's do the E here, up on the E string here, okay? Now we can't drone this note at the same time, but we can still play the triangle, okay? Then play the first one again. Okay. Now let's find the next E, or find the E on the D string, right? So here's an E right here. Well, if we try to play this triangle, there's an open string there. So this triangle then becomes brilliant, okay? Now let's find an E on the G string. Here's an E right here. Now we can't play the same triangle as we can on the first 3 strings, right? Because of the way that the guitar's tuned, right? So we're going to play a slightly modified triangle, okay? So instead of having, for an example, the root of the 3rd played 2 strings back and 1 string up, we're going to play it like this. So that's still the root. Sorry. So that triangle, it's the same notes as this, but just with the way the B string is tuned, okay? But we can still drone the E string. Okay, now let's find the E or the root note on the B string. And there's an E right here. and let's play that triangle. Now let's add one more note to that. And if we add one more note, we're going to add the 7th. Okay, so this triangle. Well, in fact, before we add the 7th, let's add the 4th, right? So let's do that, right? Let's take this triangle and add on a tone halfway between the 3rd and the 5th. So it's important that you know that this is the root, that's the 3rd, and that's the 5th, right? And you want to spend time knowing that all across the fretboard. So root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd and 5th, right? So you want to know that. You want to spend time knowing that, okay? Now let's add the 4th, okay? And that's just adding a tone halfway between the 3rd and the 5th, right? So you're going to end up with this. So instead of, you're going to do, and do that, so find the E on each string and add the 4th. Dead easy, right? Here's a triangle starting on the E string. Let's add the 4th. Here's the E down here. Add the 4th. Okay. On the D string, the E is, we've just done the D, let's do the G string, sorry. That's E right there. Add the 4th, okay? 3rd, 5th, tone halfway between them is the 4th. Now let's find the root note or the E on the B string, and we're going to add the 4th. Okay, now one more step to go. We're going to add on the 7th, and that's going to give us 5 notes. And that's known as the pentatonic scale, okay? So all we're going to do, the shape that we have right now, okay? We're going to add the 7th, which is a tone away or 2 frets down from the root. So in your head, this is what you want to know, right? That is the root. That is the 3rd. That is the 5th. You really want to know root, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and you really want to know the 7th. So root, 7, root, 3rd, 4, 5, or 5th. So now the shape is not a triangle, right? The triangle was just playing the notes that make up a minor chord, right? These three notes make up a minor chord. We're only adding in 2 new notes to make it a pentatonic scale. Okay, that's all we've done. So we've went from this shape here. I have a dog, right? So we went from this shape here, the triangle, to this shape. And let's play that new shape. Let's find the root on each string and play that shape, okay? Down here too. Let's find the E on the G string. Root, 3rd, 4th, 5th, add the 7th, okay? Now let's do the same thing on the B string. Here is the root, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and add the seventh, okay? So here's what you want to do, right? So with that, what are you going to do with that? Well, you're going to learn how to speak using these notes. You're going to learn phrases using these 5 notes. When you sit down and work on guitar solos by Hendrix and David Gilmour and Slash and Angus Young and stuff, you're going to notice that these 5 notes are the foundations of what they do, right? But here's what I want you to do. Maybe you're just about to go to work, you've got a few minutes to kill some time away. Maybe you're going to sit down and get in some serious practice, you know. But this should be a daily thing for you. And that's just to sit and play with these notes. You'll learn how they get used in songs. So you can start off with just using one shape or just using one position to start with. So for the next week or so, you can maybe just practice doing this, okay? Drone the E string. And always know that's the root here, and that's the third, okay? You're listening. This fifth here, maybe you can slide up to that fifth. Try it in a different position. Just what you had done just there. And you want to sit and practice. Using these 5 notes, okay? And just a few tips, you can slightly bend that third there. When you're going into that fifth, okay, you can bend up to that. So you could or bend or slide. So let's take this position here, say. Now we can bend up to here. Bend that third right there. Bend up to the fifth. And even down here too. So kind of the idea is that recognising the shape on the fretboard, because it's going to apply to any minor pentatonic that you're going to work on. So if you're going to work on a song by AC/DC, say, and it's in the key of G, right? So let's say it's in G minor, say. Okay. Well, right away, you're thinking, well, how can I apply this to the G minor? And well, you know the thing with the triangles. You know where the fourth is. You know where the seventh is. There's our G here too. There's a G up here. It's all the same shapes. The minor pentatonic is not going to change, okay? So you're going to jam with a bunch of guys, say, and they're going to say, right, this thing's in B minor, and you panic. I've got to think about my 5 positions of the pentatonics and modes and stuff. Don't think about that. Just think about triangles, right? So there's some type of jam in B minor, say. and just start with basic. Well, let's find a B somewhere, right? It doesn't matter where the B is, right? There's a B here, there's a B here, there's a B here, there's an open string B. So let's find a B somewhere. Okay, there's a B on the B string, right? Well, it's going to be the same triangle shape as the E, you know, as the E minor, sorry, right? You can add in the fourth and the seventh. Okay, so here's B here, so this whole thing's in B minor. So you just find this wee position right here. There's also a B here. Bend up third, bend up to the fifth. So there's many guitar players that I love to listen to, right? And Gary Moore is one of my favourite, right? And back in the day, you're trying to learn his guitar solos and you're thinking, where does he find these amazing notes? How does he, you know? There's a song called Walking by Myself, and I believe the first part of the guitar solo might go something like this. You're going to have to forgive me, right? You know? And that's great to learn. You know, I don't have gain and stuff, you know, but just a nice wee lick like that. But then you can look at it and study it, right? Okay, well, there's the root right there. There's a fifth. He's bending up to the fifth there. Let's go back down to the root, you know. So when you play along with maybe a backing track, say, or in a different song in the key of E, you can think of that Gary Moore lick. You know, you're still thinking of this shape here, right? But you can also think about how Gary Moore would use it. Well, he would bend up to the fifth. And he would come down to the third there, and he might just bend it. And he'd hit that root. You know, you can look at Dave Gilmour, say. One of his classic guitar solos is Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd, obviously. B minor. So if I was going to ask to work on that song for a band, say, right, I would put on the backing track, and yes, you can access all your 5 box shapes of the pentatonic. Yeah, you can still do that, right? But this is what I'm showing you. If you're thinking of this shape, right, it's easier to see where the notes are. It's easier to see where the third is, the fifth is, the fifth, the fourth, and the seventh. When I find with the pentatonic shapes, I kind of get lost in what's the root stuff. So you always know where the root is. If you always know where the root is, you always know where to land, right? You can always land on B, and it's going to sound right. You can always land on the third. It's going to sound great. And Dave Gilmour up to the fifth, you know. And I think that's it for today. I think learning guitar, there's so much to take on. Ear training, I will learn how to use modes and stuff, you know. And that's great, right? You've got the 3-note per scale thing, 3-note per string, sorry. You've got the cage system, and all that is wonderful, you know. But this is something that you could spend 5 minutes a day. You know, just sit and drone that E string. Even play some type of drum track, you know. You've got some drums playing, you know. Choose a different position. I don't know, just play about with these 5 notes. Know what they are. So then when you take on a guitar solo by Gary Moore or the usual pentatonic stuff, you're going to know where you are and kind of see what they're thinking. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope it's going to work for you. I may not have explained this very, very well, right? But I can promise you, if you were to adapt this into your playing, it's going to open up doors for you, big time. This is something that I wish I was shown 20, 30 years ago. Whenever I come across a guitar solo and I've got this frame of mind thinking about this approach, a lot of it makes sense. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. You have a good day.